Hello Geekdom. We all know why you clicked on this video. Because you're people of culture. You're seeking to receive inner pleasure from this great art form that we all can and do enjoy. Now, fair warning for those who are trying to seek out videos I will be showing for you to enjoy. Please keep all gooning in the safety and privacy of your homes. Do not goon at work. Do not goon in public. Just fair warning. These are for your private pleasures. This compilation is put up a list of good H-tai with decent stories. Not all of them are like great stories, but they're decent enough stories that you could enjoy out of an H-tai of 2025 so far. So these are just decent stories of 2025 so far that people can enjoy. The first one I'm going to mention is it's called "Do You Want to Learn Something New?" The animation. I'm guessing this was a manga and stuff already, so they just did the actual animation for it. Now I couldn't say what the Japanese name is. It'll be still here. It's like Shina. I can't pronounce names well whatsoever. But this one, I think, is one of the better ones as far as just something that you could find in a romantic comedy. But, it has some more explicit things with it. Now, it follows a young man who inherits his grandfather's shop. His grandfather had a model shop, and his grandfather passed away. So he is taking care of this model shop. He doesn't really know anything about models too much. He then meets this girl who loves models. She's really into models, and she tries to help him as much as she can. They hook up a lot in this, and that's as far as just the first and second episode goes. The second episode, he meets I want to say she was a streamer that also loves models. And she streams talking about models, but she streams in risque outfits. And so they hook up. And so this is basically the story. Basically the story, but I thought it was pretty interesting, pretty fun. It was just a story. It dives into people who are, into those type of things, who are geeks and everything. For those who are just looking who are into models, who like models, and could enjoy some expletive stuff that goes along with it. But again, not a great story, but not bad. Next we have Immoral Routine, the animation. This is another one where I think it was a book or manga first, and then they made it into an animation. This involves schoolmates who the female character was called having fun with herself, and by the other schoolmates. So they end up trading off having fun with each other, as far as just not actually intercourse, but with just mutual hands. They gave each other helping hands. We'll just go with that way. So that's how it starts off. So they try their best not to get caught, and then they start getting more feelings, wanting to push themselves more, and they push themselves more, and there you have it. It's not like a crazy story, but as far as just like a romance story between characters, I thought it wasn't bad of a story that you can get out of it. Their routine is very immoral, but it's something that they both enjoyed. So it's definitely an interesting watch if you really just want to find something with a substance of a story that isn't bad. Next we have Ikuse. Ikuse introduces us to Masaki, a young man tormented by his forbidden desires towards his adopted mother. His mother finds out about his weird obsession, and he takes pleasure with certain things that she has. Despite recognizing the abnormal feelings that he has, Misaki finds himself unable to suppress them, leading to intense internal conflict and a growing distance from his childhood friend, Miki. His adoptive mother finds out. She toys with him a bit about his feelings. She then toys with his classmate, Miki. I want to say that's how you pronounce her name. I don't know how you pronounce her name exactly. It's an obsession thing that the young man has. And it goes into like the weirder fetishes. If you into the weirder fetishes, I guess, of those type of things, whether it's like step, whatever. This would probably be one for you. The friend of his that likes him goes along with a lot of the stuff that does happen between this weird family dynamic. But yeah, if you're into that, which a lot of animes seem to be anyway, because you have a lot of them where they tend to blur the lines between family members anyway, in regular anime. So it does lead to some crazy stuff that does happen. But it's an interesting, fun watch as far as just developing and seeing how the characters like finds out about the stuff that's happening, their feelings when it comes to stuff. I was like, it's not a bad story that they came up with for this. I thought it was pretty interesting, dynamic. But yeah, if you are into this sort of thing, this definitely probably be one for you. And that's definitely if you're interested into that sort of thing. If you're not, hey. But it dives into a lot of other like weird fetish stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff that happens in this animation. The next animation, this one is probably a bit harder for me to pronounce, but basically translates to like my beloved female boss. It's like Okogar no Ona Joshi. I apologize, I'm not good with names whatsoever. So the story is about this young man starting his new job. I think it's like for a manga or something. They create something to where it's like that goes. Finds his boss after speaking to her and everything. He finds his boss crying and everything. Kind of consoles her. They go out drinking, and then she invites him back to her place. And yeah, she apparently does this. It has done this before, so it's not a bad story. It's very simple, very plain, and this was like, it's an okay story. It's not like fantastic, but it's an okay story. It's very decent. I think it gets the job done as far as just the story and stuff goes of being entertained. It wasn't like horrible. I thought the story was pretty decent for what they had. The next one we have. I thought it was a crazier story, but this is Noto Sex Roy's Eri. Eri is the main character of the story. So in this story, it's very complicated, but I thought it was an interesting story. In the story, there's a place that where they usually assault women. So to combat that, they built robots to please the men because the men are overly, stimulated, and so they use the robots to help the men, so they'll stop assaulting regular women and stuff like that when it comes to the place that they're at, the planet, I guess, that they're at. So once that is handled, then the real human women can then go and do the jobs and stuff they need to and everything. So the sad thing is, she is the character is mistaken for a robot. She gets used and abused because someone messed up her stuff to make people think that she was a robot. So the robot that was supposed to have made it to the planet didn't make it, and they thought that robot was her. So she was sabotaged by another character. I don't know who this character is. I'm hoping the story actually does continue. I'm very curious of how this will actually go. But there's only one episode so far, and it came out in May. So probably later on is going to come out with another one. I think it's an interesting story. It's not bad of a story. There's a lot of, things that is happening in the behind the scenes type of deal of how they got this set up and what possible big evils and stuff could happen to it. I thought this was one of the best stories of the year so far, and yeah, I think it has a lot of potential. Uh, I think it has a lot of potential to be pretty interesting, fun, and wild. There could be some crazy action. Depends on just how they want to go about this. Explicit stuff to the side. I thought the story of it has a very great potential. But yeah, it's definitely just basic, our robot, right? Oh my goodness, these new bots, they're so realistic now. They're so, and she doesn't know what the heck is happening to her and what's going on. She knows that there's supposed to be bots there, but she just, goes with everything, I guess. It's wild. She even takes a job there on the planet as a barista, not a barista, but like a waitress type of deal. I forgot what exactly her job was, but like a waitress, she brings out the drinks, everything to the clients and stuff. But it's not a bad story. I think people will enjoy. Next we have on the list is Nico Wynn. Nico Wynn follows a young man. He just started dating this classmate. She invites him over to her place, finds out that the mother is being hypnotized through a phone by this guy. So the guy uses the phone to also hypnotize the daughter later on in the story, so he can be with the daughter as well. It's basic as far as just the first episode or so goes. Second episode, I think, is more of a childhood friend from back in the day. He hooks up with on the second story. It's two different situations, but yeah, I think the first story is better than the second one, but it's still, it's fine. Decent story. Is not like anything crazy, but decent story. Basic. Nothing too much to it, but just that hypnotizing with phone. I think they could have went and did more with that. As far as just episodes and stuff goes, but it seems like an anthology story type of deal. But yeah. But it's not bad. It's not bad whatsoever. I think you could enjoy. It's basic. Nothing like crazy with it. The next one, I don't know how to pronounce this neither. Inshoku or Demar. I don't know if I pronounced that well whatsoever. I think it's kind of like food and drink king hoax or something like that. Translate. I'm not for sure. I don't know what it translates to, but this one is about a teacher who used to be an adventurer who used to battle demons and stuff like that. This demon king of lust was very powerful. I think she defeated him before. Find out that these insect things are at a place where she teaches the young women and stuff how to be adventurers. There's these insects and stuff that starts to start popping up everywhere, and yeah, they help with the whole taking over and all the other stuff. This this animation has the tentacle stuff, so you into tentacles. This one is definitely for you. This one, it's not a bad story. This came out like in June. But it's not a bad story. So far we're seeing, I think there's a lot of potential to it. I think it will continue. It seems like something that will have a few episodes to it. But it's basic to the point of, the King of Lust is basically trying to take his place back into power. Taking out one of the adventurers at a time. Yeah, these adventurers, they hunt demons. So, yeah, he's trying to take revenge, and he does so a bit on the teacher. Yeah, it's some crazy scenes in this. Again, if you like the whole tentacle stuff, this one is definitely for you. You have the tentacle fetishes and stuff. Hey, enjoy it. It's a lot of it. You have fun. But it's not a bad story. It's interesting. Right, and the next animation we're going to discuss is another one I can't hardly pronounce, but I will try my best. Motakar to Dikinakata Sextimo Le Dusika. I like, yeah, I butchered this like crazy. This one basically translates to I couldn't make peace with my ex boyfriend. It's okay to do it. I think that's what it kind of went with as far as the translation goes. This one isn't bad. This one is pretty plain, but I think it's a story that I think a lot of people do fantasize about or they do have interest in. It's about two streamers. They stream together playing video games and stuff. They both end the stream. They start talking, and then they get a little friendly. Not with each other at the moment, but over the I would say whatever thing like Discord or something like that. So whatever they communicate and stuff with, they start getting friendly with each other on there, and then they meet up, and then they get friendly with each other, face to face with each other. You know. So that's the basics of it. Till like more episodes probably drop out with it, might get more to the story, or may not. But I thought it was an interesting story that they could grow on or add to when it comes to everything. But I think it's one that a lot of people do think about as far as a fantasy thing goes. And I'm sure there's plenty of streamers, content creators that actually have done something similar. It can be very, very much enjoyable. So that is the list for the ones so far, 2025 that I have. I'll probably do another list at the end of the year. So if you want to check these out, go find them, check them out. Again, they're decent stories. Not all of them are like great stories, but as these episodes and stuff come out for a couple of these, because some of them are only have one episode at the moment. You see if you like them, continue watching them when they do drop. And I'd state that like heavily. Don't do anything illegal. No illegal stuff. No illegal stuff. Enjoy yourselves. Again, for those freaks, geeks, this will be definitely some stuff that I think y'all enjoy for 2025. We'll create another video. It's going to be kind of similar for 2025 for the years, but it's going to be deeper into those who are looking to get their goon on like really quick. Like they're trying to goon out pretty fast. So for those who are trying to just goon and get it out the way, hey, I'm going to create a video for y'all on that. But thank you all so much for jumping on and giving me a try. I really do appreciate it. Please do take care of yourselves and others. Peace, geekdom.